Hello. Karen and I are out here getting ready for climbing for kids. Just doing a little hike. You know, as I always say, it's just a long walk uphill. So, you know, if you haven't signed up to join us, please do so. Even if you're not going to climb, you might be in a different country, you just want to help Children's Hospital. The money goes to supporting the kids. 100%, by the way, because it's free to climb these beautiful mountains here in Colorado. And anybody that supports us, whether it be the after climb party, you know, beers, whatever, it's all given to the climb. So everything comes into us at no cost, so 100% goes through. I'm proud of that. This is 13 years of doing that. But anyway, calling in to ask you guys a question. I posted something the other day, a video around, you know, reality transurfing and some of the stuff going on, and one of our friends, Monica Ward, shout out to Monica, said that you know, you liked it, it reminded you of your string theory. And I said, Monica usually has some good points. What string theory? I haven't really heard of that. I wanted to look it up, and I was thinking about it and wanted to check it out. I was in a rush, I had to get down to Denver, so I get in the car and I plug in my iPhone. It picks up on Bluetooth. You know, I like to listen to stuff on the way because it's about an hour and change drive. And I plug in this book that I bought a few months ago, started it and stopped it. And within 5 minutes, they started explaining string theory, mentioned it. And I'm like, wait a minute, did I hear that right? Brought it up again, and then a whole chapter on explaining it, which I thought that was pretty wild. You know, just thinking about it, never heard about it. Wanted to look it up, wanted to find out about it. You know, way to go, Google. So obviously I was going to do that when I was stable. But there it is. Something made me plug that specific book in, and there was the answer. And, you know, Karen was talking about a friend of ours the other day. We had an opportunity. We hadn't talked to her in at least, I don't know, 3 years. And she turns the corner on Facebook or something else. There's something about that friend, something going on in her family, which is pretty wild. Now, Karen, you've had a lot of this stuff over the years.
I have.
What was that one out on the boat with your Aunt Helen?
That was probably the craziest one. And I had to tell Jeffrey about it while we were still out on the boat because I didn't think anyone would believe me. But it's just the two of us on the boat, and I was looking up at the clouds and I saw Helen and Yale, my ex-sister-in-law's parents, dancing in the clouds. And Yale had passed away years before, and Helen had not. And when we got the boat in, my phone rang immediately, and it was my mom telling me that Helen had passed away. Yeah. And I told Jeffrey I said, oh, I just saw Helen and Yale dancing together. It was really beautiful. And it was just...
Yeah, it's pretty wild. Yeah, I guess, you know, I wanted to ask, what do you guys think that is? You know, that's one that a flyer out there, and Karen has had a lot of those since I've known her. But, you know, lately a lot of that has been happening. Dots, I call it dots being connected. You know, when I hear about something, well, there it is. I'm looking for other opportunities for something else, and I turn the corner, and there it is. You know, these things start to flow in. When it happens, you know, once, I can hear people out there saying, hey, it's just a coincidence. But what happens when it happens, you know, day after day, time after time, and these things start to flow into you? Is this, you know, are you tapping into some other reality? Some people call them spirit guides, or your angels, guardian angels. I've heard people, you know, call these type of events, you know, guardian angels, basically cluing you in on things. But just interested to get your thoughts down below. If you could kind of reply. I know this is a topic that's kind of out there, but, you know, I've run into a lot of this lately, and I'm just wondering what you guys think it is.
I'd also love to hear any stories, you know, like...
Oh, that's a good one.
This story that I just told you of, you know, is it a coincidence, or is it, you know, is it a reality in a different realm? Yeah,
great point. Yeah, let's hear some of those stories if you want to type it in. You can always reply to us privately, but I think, you know, the world wants to know these things. It's interesting.
It is.
There's a lot of things that we can't explain. Doesn't mean it's not real. I think I was one of the books that I'm reading or listening to, it basically said, you know, the dog whistle, you know, when you blow that dog whistle, we can't hear it, but the dogs can. So it's a whole different frequency. Doesn't mean that that sound doesn't exist because we can't hear it.
Right.
So
Great example.
I thought that was really an interesting way to look at it, because, you know, a logical mind says, okay, well, you know, that's crazy, Jeffrey, that doesn't exist. Well, just because you can't hear something, you can't see something, doesn't mean that it does not exist. I know it's kind of crazy, but let's hear your thoughts.
Wishing you great health, abundant happiness, and outrageous love.